All right, it's early 2025, getting ready for my first trip of the season, so just going through testing everything. I had filled the water lines back up after being winterized and sanitized the system, and I was running the, turning the propane, and I'm running the stove, and I'm running the refrigerator, and everything's working just like it should, and I'm so happy. We're getting ready for my trip. As I'm walking around, I look down. I don't know if you can see this on screen too well, but there's my propane detector, and it says 00 now, which is what it should be, but it was showing 0.9. I said, oh, that's not good. There's a leak somewhere, and how in the heck I'm going to find out where that leak is. Running both of these things on propane, and where is it coming from? And so how did I figure out? Well, let me show you. All right, I found the leak with this, and I've had this thing probably for 2, 3, maybe 4 years. I don't know, I've had it a little while. It's a combustible gas leak detector. I just keep it in its box that it came in. I bought this from Amazon. I'll try to put a link in the description. It's pretty cheap, about 20 bucks if I remember, and of course, you know, been that long ago, they may have gone up by now, but again, I'll put a link in the description. But this is just a little pin type device. Get it out of here. It nifty little thing. It's takes AA batteries. So it's I've just changed the batteries before I did all this too. So it won't make you watch that. And if you want to learn how to change batteries, it'll tell you in the instructions, which I just keep in the box again. Just keep everything together, makes it easy. So now we'll take a look at how this works, and then how I found my leak with it. It's a pretty awesome little device. Okay, use this thing, and again, it's all in the instructions. It's got a power knob, and it's got a sensitivity knob. I just leave it on the standard sensitivity that it came with. And then on this end is this little contraption that does the sniffing. So to turn it on, you need to turn it on in an area that is away from any possibility of gas leaks. So there's my fifth wheel over there. We're a long ways away, sitting over here on the tailgate of the truck. So to turn it on, you just push the little button, hold it down, and then you see it comes on, and you can kind of see that, well, I guess there you go. You can see that screen moving. Now this will take a hot minute. I probably won't make you watch this whole thing, maybe 30 seconds, and as it initializes, and that's why you need to be in an area where there is no possibility of a leak. It wants to initialize with clean air, so to speak. So we'll let it initialize, and there you heard the little double beep, and it stopped flashing. So now it is initialized. All right, and then the next thing it says is check it with a known propane leak, like you can create on a stove without the igniter. So let's go do that. Okay, after we have initialized and clean fresh air, again, just got a solid, this thing does not show up on screen, but it's just a green screen, nothing flashing, nothing beeping. Then it says to check a known leak. So the easiest way to do that is just to turn on a burner without the igniter. I don't know if you can hear that, but I can hear propane coming out. And see, this thing turns red and is going off. It's detecting a leak. All right, it stopped again, back to green. And there's still gas in the area here, so as you can see, it's going off, detecting that leak. Now that gas is dissipating completely, maybe, and it has stopped screaming. So I won't make you watch all this or redo it again, but I thought for sure it had to be something in the stove, and I was checking around because it's so close to that detector, and I was checking around the stove. I don't see any leaks. Thought maybe it's a fridge. I was checking the fridge, and I went outside checking the back of the fridge, and I didn't have any leaks, and nothing was showing issues. And so then what do? Well, the best thing to do is always go to the source and work your way out. So that's what I did next. Okay, so the source is my propane tanks. I've got 2 of them. Most campers will. In the 5th wheel, they're enclosed. You know, they're open to the ground because propane's heavier than air. So I've got my little sniffer. And again, I don't know if you can see, but it's on and just a green screen. And this tank is on. And checking all this, it's my driver's side. I don't have any leaks around this valve with the hoses, any of the connections. I'm checking all around. Oop, I don't know if did I go off the screen, so I'm checking all around and nothing is screaming at me. Okay, so now I come around the other side of the 5th wheel to my next tank, and we'll do the same thing. And see, I just barely get close to this thing and it is going off. So we got a leak here. I'm going to shut this thing off before I blow myself up. And it is so dark in here. I'm going to try to get a flashlight and kind of, okay, with a little bit of flashlight, I think you can see that hose is all cracked. It's cracked pretty badly, and I really didn't even notice it until that first interior propane detector, the built-in one, was showing gas present. So again, that's why those things are so important. That's why it's nice to have a little sniffer to find the leaks. Once you that one big device or the one stationary device catches it. So now it's time to replace this hose. Okay, so what I'm replacing those with, I'm replacing them with this. Again, I'll put a link in the description for these. These are stainless braided. So again, they're going to be a lot more robust than that hose that's in there, and that will never crack. So I'm going to put this on and replace those. I'm going to do both sides. If one hose is bad, the other one's not far behind, because you're taking these on and off and flexing them around and replacing tanks and filling tanks, and so they're going to wear with age. So always check these connectors, and if you want to replace them, these stainless braided are a much better choice to replace those. All right, I'm going to take this tank out so I can get in here to work better. Already did that, loosen that band clamp, but if you've never done these before, watch your fingers, because they will pop out on you. Take that off, and then, gosh, I know it's just so dark in there, you can't see anything. I'm going to take this line off and get this tank out of here, and then we can disconnect that hose. If we can see back there we go. I'm going to disconnect that. All right, I can't get me and the camera in here at the same time, but I just unscrewed that from there. And you want to see how bad this really was? Look how bad that is. I did not even know it until my propane detector caught it, that mounted propane detector. That is horrible. So, yeah, it definitely needs to be replaced. So, let's put some on the threads, get some tension on it until it overlaps, and I just let it slip. Maybe a little less tension until I can get it to overlap. And then pull some tension just around a time or two and stretch it till it pops off. All right, now I'll put this one back in. All right, can't get me and the camera in there at the same time, but there it is. It's screwed onto the fitting, tighten it up with a wrench. So now we'll connect the tank back up and check for leaks. Okay, I reinitialized my sniffer away from the camper. So it's ready to check, ready to test. The propane is on. I had it on while I was initializing. Let's see if it... Gosh. So that connection I just made. No beeping, no red flashing. No beeping, no red flashing. So that is awesomeness. So again, that inside propane detector saved me by having just a small reading even before it was alarming. So you got to pay attention, make sure it's working, pay attention. I've got a video on the channel changing that detector because it went bad on me, so check that out. I'll link it in the description. Like and subscribe. We appreciate that. It helps it grow the channel. And we are fixed. I'll do the other side now, but I won't make you watch that. So we'll see you in the next video.